Here's the thing. I was always good. Like even in high school and in college, I fixed up two of my suite mates. They're still with their husbands that I fixed them up with. So, I was already good at this. And I thought, you know what? I could start this. There's probably two lessons to learn.
Today is special because so often we always talk about food and wine, and it's usually for dates, romantic nights out, date night, anniversaries, vacations. Today, we're going to get to the source of what that date's actually about. So with us is a dating expert, Andrea McGinty from 33,000dates.com. Andrea, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Joe. Thank you for having me.
I'm so nervous because so many of us are unsure about dating, but I guess really you're going to help us have confidence instead of nervous. So just to start things off, what inspired you to become a dating coach?
You mean what inspired an accounting/finance major to become a dating coach? Well, okay. So I started this when I was in my 20s. So this is the 1990s, okay, when I started. And there's no Google yet. Online dating is going to happen late 90s, but it hasn't happened yet. And at that point, I was living in Chicago and I was getting married. And 5 weeks before the wedding, he called it off. And it was like, boom. Okay, what do you, first I cried, of course, and anyway, my friends started fixing me up, on dates. You're still in your 20s, and you know how those dates go. They know someone that's single, so they think you should like them, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, after some of those dates, I was really thinking about it, and I thought, it'd be great if there's a place you could go to that was like an executive recruiter, like you do for your professional life, the same thing for your personal life. And of course, there was nothing like that at the time. And here's the thing. I was always good. Like even in high school and in college, I fixed up two of my suite mates, and they're still with their husbands that I fixed them up with. So, I was already good at this. And I thought, you know what? I could start this. Anyway, fast forward, I start a company in Chicago called It's Just Lunch, where people meet for lunch. We do all the, work, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fast forward. And, 15 years later, it's grown, exponentially. We had 110 locations globally, and I sold out to private equity. And the timing was perfect on selling out, because finally, online dating was coming out of its infancy and coming out of like just the mess it was at first. It was the scammers, the crazies, the horrible stories. Nobody was who they said they were. This is like 2010. It was still a mess. So by the time I sold It's Just Lunch, I saw, oh wow, there's a need. People have no idea what to do online and how to date. And I do, and I can help.
I love that. That's a great segue. So we're talking with Andrea McGinty from 33,000dates.com. Andrea, is there one big lesson to learn how to be more successful with dating in today's world?
I think there's a couple. There's probably two lessons to learn. One is you need to understand how to navigate online dating, because there's over 1,400 sites out there. Number two, you've got to be really careful that you don't give up too quickly. And by that, I mean, most people give up in the first 2 or 3 weeks because they go online. They see a bunch of people. They probably went on the wrong site, by the way, too, like not the right site for them at all. And then they see these people who like them, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is online dating. Forget it. I'm done, gone. And, it goes back to, they didn't do it right. They had no idea what they were doing.
Andrea McGinty from 33,000dates.com, dating expert. Andrea, as we wrap up, we're all going to go visit 33,000dates.com. Any final thoughts? Any requests from the audience watching and listening?
I would just say, take a look around my site. Maybe take the dating quiz that I have on the site. It's fun. It's really fast. It's like 10 questions and it goes right to me. It doesn't go to any of my people. And I can kind of rate you and what you're doing and kind of tell you whether or not I can help you too. So if you do take that quiz, give me as much info as you can. I mean, I don't mean personal info, but like where you live, your age, but that's all going to be on there. But take that quiz because that's a good way to contact me and, see if we might be a good fit and maybe I can help you if you really want to meet somebody.